معرفة.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Let us start with the first session under the Introduction to Islamic Economics and Finance. To start with, we need to first of all understand what Islam is all about. Islam, in its literal sense, means submission. Submission to what? Submission to the will of the Creator. And what is the will? It is basically a set of guidelines. And where are these guidelines? These guidelines are mentioned in Quran and Sunnah. Basically, Islam is a comprehensive system of life, meaning to say that it provides guidelines for the various facets of human life. Because economics is one of the important aspects of human life, Islam also provides very detailed guidelines with respect to the economic aspect of a human life. Economics, as we understand, involves the activities related to production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. So there are certain clear guidelines with reference to how these various facets of economic activities should be governed. Now, to start with, we need to understand the important sources from where these guidelines are derived. And one of the most important source is Quran. Quran literally means recital. It is basically a divine book and word of Allah revealed as a final revelation for the guidance of mankind. So it was revealed to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who is Allah's final messenger and prophet. Quran contains 114 chapters and around more than 6,000 verses. So basically this contains around 114 chapters, and these chapters have more than 6,000 verses. And these verses are related to various aspects of human life. So it talks about marriage, it talks about divorce, it talks about inheritance, it talks about commerce, it talks about economics, so on and so forth. But verses which are in a way directly related to economics, business and commerce are around 80. So what we mean to say is that the commercial aspect or the economic aspect are being dealt by around 80 verses in the Quran. Now let us discuss about Sunnah. What is Sunnah? Sunnah is basically traditions of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that include his sayings, actions, and tacit approvals. So it includes his sayings, actions, and tacit approvals. Basically, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the restorer of monotheistic faith, with which Adam, Noah, Abraham, Moses, Jesus, and other prophets, peace be upon all of them, were sent. And these traditions attributed to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is known as hadith. The biographical analysis of those hadith were collected and compiled in a series of books, and this series is called as Sahih Sitta. So just to recap, Sunnah is nothing but the traditions of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that include his sayings, actions, and tacit approvals. And Prophet Muhammad is the restorer of monotheistic faith, with which Adam, Noah, Abraham, Moses, Jesus, and other prophets, peace be upon all of them, were sent. Prophet Muhammad is considered as the final messenger of God. The traditions attributed to Prophet Muhammad is known as hadith. And the biographical analysis of those hadith were compiled in form of books. And these books are collectively called as Sahih Sitta. Now let us discuss about Sharia. What is Sharia? Literally, the word Sharia means a path to the watering place. And from the technical and legal usage point of view, Sharia is nothing but commands, prohibitions, guidance, and principles derived from the primary sources of Islam. And the primary sources of Islam are Quran and Sunnah. Now, Sharia broadly could be categorized into, for example, rituals and worship. So guidelines and principles related to rituals and worship. For example, transactions and contracts. For example, morals and manners. Beliefs. And then punishment. So basically, Sharia is nothing but commands, prohibitions, guidance, and principles derived from Quran and Sunnah. And these can be categorized into various categories. For example, these guidelines in relation to rituals and worship, transactions and contracts, morals and manners, beliefs, and punishment. Now, our focus is in this part, and this is called as, and the Arabic terminology used for guidelines with respect to transactions and contracts related to business is muamalat. And let us discuss what is fiqh. So we have discussed what is Sharia. Now what is fiqh? Fiqh is basically Islamic jurisprudence. Islamic jurisprudence. So fiqh is nothing but the product of Muslim jurists' understanding and interpretation of Sharia.